It has been a hot minute since we took a look at floors 1 and 2, and I wanted to get floor 3 out there before the next relic boss does drop. So the team we are running is a Traitor Meliodas comp. This is going to revolve around spamming single target attacks so that we can fully stack Meli's passive, which is going to give us 5 instances of a great defense buff. This is going to make the team a lot tankier since we don't have a Miguel to heal or a Margaret buff to rely on. The gear should be pretty obvious. It is standard stuff, but just in case, attack crit on Meliodas, attack crit on Brynhilde. She does have crit chance rolls, an 8-2 split with attack, and then HP defense on Gother and Trona. And we do have a very good set of buffs to work with. The first one is a crit damage increase. Increases the bird's crit damage by 30% for each orb removed from his gauge. The next one fills his ultimate move gauge by 3 orbs at the start of battle. And then the last one is a damage taken decrease buff. 15% for 2 turns, but it does stack up to 4, so that is what we're going to see right now every time he does get attacked. Like I mentioned, this is very manageable and easy to work with. There is a tier list of buffs out there if you guys want to know which buffs you should look for or when you should reset. And the only thing that we need to really concern ourselves with on phase 1 is that he does have a blockade. As you may or may not have noticed, that does restrict the skills of, or restricts the use of rank 2 and rank 3 skills, so our rank ups are useless, and any lucky merges we get are also useless. Now for his attacks, he does have a single target charge attack. That's usually what he's going to spam onto Gother if Matrona is not taunting. Since Gother is obviously green, that's who he does focus down outside of Bryn if you have another green unit. And then his blockade, which we already talked about. His AoE attack is both a ruin and a rupture attack at the same time, so that does 2 times damage against buffed enemies and deals 30% more per debuff on enemies. So that's a very powerful attack. And then the last one is just a standard AoE that increases damage taken by all enemies by 30%. Boss off here, but unfortunately the ult did not crit, so we aren't getting as big of a heal as we could have gotten. But we do get our next passive. This one is a increases the hero's attack by 8% for each stance or buff on the enemy when using a skill. So if he's targeting melee, he's going to do more damage, and then if the taunt is up on Matrona, he's going to do more damage. So what we want to keep in mind on this floor is that he does have a delete skill, so we don't want to hold on to anything too important. We can't really save up for rank 3s or something like that. So he's going to delete 2 skills at random. The next thing he does is a shock debuff on everybody, so that's going to be pretty annoying, especially since we don't have a Matrona cleanse. The next thing is a decreased defense related stats by 40%, so it's a pretty strong debuff there. And then he also has a ultimate move reduction, or dissolve, I guess, depletion I should say. It reduces 2 orbs. The thing is with this floor though, or this phase, blockade no longer applies, so he is gonna die a lot faster in a sense because we can use our more powerful skills. So outside of that, this phase can be done pretty quick. I think this is the 2nd turn, right? And he's already dying. Yep, so he's down there, and we are on to the 3rd phase. There is no secret buff there. This phase is very annoying. So this phase you actually have to rush. He's going to start locking you out of attacks. Not just attacks, sorry. He locks you out of everything. So you won't be able to use stances first. He locks stances, then he locks debuffs, buffs, attacks, and ults. So we want to finish at the latest on the buff stage. Obviously, if he locks attacks, we're literally not going to be able to play the game. We're going to have to reset. So we're going to hit him hard. We're going to hit him fast. Outside of that, he does have a single target ult rush move. He has a wave attack, damage dealt minus 8% per enemy on the battlefield. So the only other person, I think 11 had that skill, That's a pretty unique skill. No one else has really had that. He does have a very nice buff, which increases basic stats and gives him evasion. So we do want to make sure that we hold on to our Matrona strips and or rush Melly's ult so that we can remove everything there. And then outside of that, we want to hit him again. We want to keep hitting him. We have all of our stacks on Melly, so he's going to be critting through all these resistance buffs that he does get. We have Matrona ult. This is very useless. I do want to use it just to get rid of it, though. Looks like he does have his evasion up. We have 5 stacks on our all-stat increase on Melly. So Melly should be able to finish him off here. We do want to remove evasion, like I mentioned, so probably strip. I want to get the ult out of the way so that I don't have to really clog up my hand with it. And then I don't want to use Melly's AoE because that's just substantially weaker than the Bryn single target. Yep, so double crit there. And then you finish... Wow. Did the second attack not crit? I don't think it did there. That sucks. So he's going to unlock buffs. So that's okay. This is, like I said, the latest we want to finish him off. I haven't even been getting Matrona taunts, so... I don't even think I've gotten that many rank ups either, so it's whatever. Alright, so this is useless, so we'll get rid of this. And this is useless, so we'll get rid of that. And then, yeah, we can drop these. I could have gotten her ults, maybe? Nah, I would rather get rid of those dead cards. Oh, that's unfortunate. He has the revive passive, so when he dies, he comes back at 50% health. So that's probably one of the worst ones, I would say. Just because it's really annoying to deal with. You think you kill him, and then you don't actually kill him. So the final phase... He has a flood attack, single target, just like the T1 attack. He has a AoE life steal, which is very powerful, very annoying to deal with. He has that same buff from the last phase, which is the basic stat increase and then evasion on top of that. And then again, he is going to be disabling everything but attack skills. Well, not again, but another lockout, basically. Except attack skills. Which I think he just did right there. So we can't use pumpkin bombs as if we'd ever use that. We'll get the Matrona merge and taunt. Okay. So we're going to strip. And then using the single targets are our best bet here. As long as we don't get probably Matrona attacks again. Or Matrona taunts. Ah, none of this is critting. That sucks. Oh, we got all Matrona cards. That's terrible. That's literally what I didn't want. Alright, is Bryn next to die? I can't rush her ult. I can get Melly ult. We can merge on Matrona and then get Melly ult. So... yeah, that's probably our best. Or maybe I should have merged the strip and the taunt, actually. I would have got rid of one more strip. We do get the Melly ult, so hopefully that's enough to finish it off. But he does have the evasion. I can't remember if his evasion was removed after one attack or not, so I'm just gonna play it safe and strip it. Wow, did he patience that? Oh wow, that didn't crit. You're finally critting. We are doing very little damage without the Gother buff. Alright, there goes Brynhilder. Bye-bye. My hand is still all Matrona cards, except for one. Oh, you are doing damage. We can finally use our... I didn't actually know that this gray buff from the last phase goes away. We can finally use our taunt. So maybe this rank 3 taunt's gonna save us. Alright, melee cards, that's great. And there's your buff again. Your evasion. That sucks. Where does it go through? No, not that yet. But that's okay. I only really wanted to attack anyways. So we've got the Bryn ult. We're going to heal up, go through. Hopefully he doesn't die next turn since I can't taunt. But it's not like I drew taunts anyways. So I know he's buffing again, but I'm going to use this strip just so that my ult could potentially crit. And we'll get a stronger heal. And then I'll dump these Bryn Hilder cards as well, since the rest of the hand is kind of dead here. Alright, so we did get the crit heal. She did crit both times on her power strike, so that is going to set off the revive. We're in a pretty good spot, except this hand is actually very bad. Almost all cards I can't use or don't want to use. So we've got a buff strip for the evasion, so that's good. Oh, go through died. Yeah, okay. See you later. That's alright. Hopefully we don't get his passive, but hopefully we can make do without it. So we're gonna buff strip and then spam single targets. We are in a position to get Melly's ult next turn. So if we don't get too many more buff strips, we still have that to work with. I could get Bryn ult as well if I get a Bryn card. No wow. More Matrona cards. Alright, so the home stretch of this boss is actually messing me up here. So we're gonna have to go for melee ults. We can get a merge on these Matrona cards and get these out of the way, hopefully. Again, he is gonna buff next turn, but I have this extra strip. So, did he patience that? Wow, he did patience that. Thankfully, the strip still goes off if he patiences. Alright, now we can get Bryn ult. Unless you kill her? Ooh, yikes. You got one more, don't you? Okay. Do we do it? Do we... We're gonna have to strip. I don't know. I'm just gonna go for the melee attack. She's gonna die for sure. Again, you're gonna patience that. Oh, you know what? I could have gotten her ult because Melly's ult cancels buffs. Ah, I misplayed that. That's okay. She's dead. She's dying. We only had one of her cards. That's fine, whatever. Melly will solo. Oh, actually, the skill locks from the previous turn wore off, so I can actually taunt now. I didn't know that would actually, I didn't know those went away. Those are gray buffs, but hopefully this gold taunt carries and Melly can finish the boss off. Alright, perfect. We got some Melly cards. This kills, right? Oh, you are evading, of course. So maybe I Matrona ult? No, the Matrona ult does like no damage. He's gonna evade anyways. That's actually kind of sucks. He can't evade that, but he's probably gonna patience it. Nope, 5k damage, okay. Yep, you got evasion, we know. Something good. Okay, a buff strip, that works. Now we definitely kill. I know it's a pierce AoE, but don't let us down. Wait. Oh, his evasion's gone. That's right. His evasion only lasts the one turn. So we kill. Fantastic. So, floor 3 is finally out of the way. It's not my first time clearing it. It is for the week, but we're finally get that done. We are in preparation for the next relic boss to come out. If you guys like that, drop a thumbie, maybe even a sub if you're into that. See you in the next one.